Right now, actively, currently, Lil Durk is third day of trial. Don't know. Before the weekend started on Friday, they got the jury together. Got a juror pool of 80 people, narrowed it down to 16. 12 people on the jury. It's only one black woman on the jury. One black person is a black woman. Everybody else on the jury is a different ethnicity. I'm not sure if they're all white. Doesn't really matter right now. But TrapLoreRoss and Mo Gangat, they're actually there right now. I think Mo Gangat is there. I know TrapLoreRoss, he's been there. I know he's been locked in this whole time. That's where I've been getting my information from. But he's locked in right now. And so let's just get into it. Durk's prosecutors opened strong with unseen footage from multiple attempts on Quando's life and snitches. Ooh.
In the Lil Durk trial, it's now officially day 3, and there was some very, very interesting updates. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys about is the prosecution's opening statement. They started extremely strong, and I'm not going to lie, they had a bunch of evidence that they already showed simply in their opening statement that hadn't been seen before. They basically are making it very, very clear this is all about King Von, it's all about revenge.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. My bad.
For Von, slide for Von. They showed still images of, the fight between Quando, Rondo, and Von that led to Von's death. They talked about, the plans to stalk Quando, Rondo all across the country to try and kill him multiple times. They didn't show footage, but they showed still images that apparently showed the first time they tried to kill Quando, Rondo all the way back in 2021 and that situation. So that was kind of interesting. They basically, from there, they went on to show multiple angles of the footage of the murder of Lil Pab. They actually did eventually later on during testimony, which I'll tell you more about in a minute, show full-blown 4K footage of the Lil Pab murder. Straight up 4K, you could see they had ski masks on, you could damn near see their eyes crystal clear. It was pretty tough evidence, but what was really shocking is they made it very clear OTF Jam was one of the shooters in the Lil Pab murder. He is willing to testify. He's killed multiple people, and he is now working with the government, and he is going to explain that he is one of Durk's hitmen. He was contracted to come out there and try and kill Quando Rondo that resulted in Lil Pab's death, and basically he is going to be working with the government. They also confirmed that Vonnie was basically Lil Durk's personal assistant. He was with him for everything, with him constantly, all kinds of stuff that they were doing, and he basically helped organize and orchestrate the whole thing while Lil Durk was chilling in a luxury property. One of the crazy things that they brought up during that was the fact that apparently the stolen car that they were using to slide around LA, the BMW that apparently Vonnie was driving, it had a tracker in it, and they tracked it to the murder, to the In-N-Out, and back to the house that Durk was staying in. That was very, very bad. So all of that really wasn't sounding too good. It was quite a lot of stuff, quite a lot of evidence, and we're really just at the tip of the iceberg with this stuff. So I would say that the prosecution's opening statement was very strong. They basically explained all the different people that they had helping them out. So they've basically got 3 trusted OTF lieutenants that are expected to take the stand. The government have got a whole bunch of evidence. They've got...
Hold up. Bro, it's no way Jam's fat ass was a shooter, bro. Bro, Jam got the... Bro! It's no fucking way that Jam's fat ass was a shooter, bro. Jam got the fucking high school coach built. Bro, imagine Jam on a drill. Bro, Space Jam. Peanut butter and jam. Imagine Jam fat ass on the drill. Like, y'all do something y'all ain't supposed to be doing, then Jam gotta run and flee to see him, man. It's no way Jam was the shooter. Jam was the hitman. The whole they've been saying that Jam was a shooter, but I didn't know he was the shooter. I didn't really have an idea for who could have been the shooters involved. Like I had no idea who could have been like the shooters involved for the specific Pab case. That's crazy. They saying Jam was one of them. That's crazy. And then they had a striker with a chip. The striker was chipped up, so the wheel that they had was hot, like it was chipped up. They had a tracker to track them everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy as hell, bro. That's not good. It's not looking good. It ain't looking good for Smirk. Hold up, what? So Durk ran from FBI at private airport during escape. Refused to get out of car when they caught him. Defense said he just needed some space. Durk ran from the FBI at the private airport during the escape. Oh, boom. So this is when Durk got apprehended. Bro, if you don't remember, don't know, whatever, bro, when Durk got caught, they try to say like he scheduled like 5 different flights. They say he was scheduling flights to London, Italy, all type of shit. They, if I'm the defense, I'm saying, yo, cause mind you, before Durk got booked, he went to London for the first time. This whole time, Durk has been a famous rapper. He's been in so much legal trouble that he couldn't travel. He couldn't leave U.S. soil. So he's been a millionaire and ain't been able to leave U.S. soil for years. So he went to London for the first time. I'm like, yo, he wasn't running. He had all those scheduled because he was trying to travel. He had a passport. He could finally leave the country. But yeah, they try to say he had like 5 flights planned. This is crazy.
And so the feds just revealed something about Lil Durk that had never been heard before. Now, there was all these rumors that Lil Durk was trying to flee the country when his homeboys started getting arrested. They're saying he tried to get on a private jet. He was booking all different kinds of flights and going on the run. He's denied this, but we now heard for the first time, allegedly, according to the prosecutors, this blew my mind. Not only was Lil Durk trying to flee the country before he could be charged in the murder for hire for Lil Pab, but apparently, this is crazy. They're saying that when he arrived to the Clearport, the private airport where he was trying to get on a private jet to flee the country, he said that he saw the FBI there and he tried to run from the FBI and escape the FBI at the airport. And then he said when they finally closed him off and boxed him in and stopped him, bruh, they said that he refused to get out the car. They're saying Smoke was holding himself, barricaded himself in the car. Basically, he wouldn't get out the car. He didn't want to get out for law enforcement. It was crazy. I never heard that before. It sounds to me like he was trying to get out of here. Obviously, the defense, they're claiming the other side. They're saying, no, look, what was really interesting was when the defense addressed this, they didn't outright deny it. They said, look, he was looking to get out of the country. He wasn't going to run. He's internationally famous. He was just trying to get out of the way. I think they said specifically, the way they phrased it, they said, look, he wasn't trying to flee the feds. He was just trying to get some space. He was just trying to get some space. Apparently he was just trying to get some space when he went to the airport, trying to get some space when he was trying to get some space from the feds to get away from them. He was trying to get some space when he refused to get out of the car when the feds boxed him in. So, hey, I think we might actually end up seeing eventually some body cam footage from the arrest when they caught him at the airport. I don't know for sure, but obviously I'm very interested to see that. I think the fact that somebody would try and flee definitely does add an interesting dimension to the proceedings. But I'll let you guys know as soon as I hear. There's a lot of other stuff, and I'm going to break down Durk's defense that his team put forward in their opening statement that was very interesting, very unexpected. So I'm going to update you guys on that as soon as I possibly can. But there has been an insane amount of updates. It's been back to back to back in court today, both opening statements, and we're now on the witnesses. It's wild. Man, so
I'm not gonna lie, Durk. Bro, free Durk, bro. I'm the type to hop in a fight with a word. You gotta catch me. He said, nah, he wasn't booking those flights to try to escape the government. He just needed some space. Bro, that's what the fuck y'all came up with, bro. Bro, Durk been in jail for 2 years, and that's the best y'all came up with. He needed space? Nigga, I could have put together a better defense. What are y'all talking about? Oh, man. Bro, y'all niggas is not worth the money. If that's what Brian Steele and Jew Finland, that's what they... Some space, nigga? I'm not gonna lie, bro. It ain't looking good. Hold up. Lil Durk is blaming Vonnie for everything. It says Von told Vonnie, why did you let me get shot? Hold up, what? Ah, shit. Here goes 6ix9ine. So Durk snitching on... Hold up. So Durk snitching on Vonnie? And don't blame his lawyers. Durk paid them to defend them and knows everything they're going to say. They previously talked about what's the defense strategy. Let's put all on Vonnie. Snitch on me, I'll snitch on you. Snitch plus snitch equal. It's okay. Hold up. Let me hear what's going on before I even. Yeah, cause Durk ain't snitching on nobody. I don't give a fuck what they talking about.
I cannot believe what Lil Durk's defense is. We have just heard his defense make their opening statements, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm absolutely floored. You know what they're trying to do? They're blaming it all on Vonnie. Now, I don't know if people are gonna go as far as to say that he telling on Vonnie, but he basically is blaming.
My nigga Durk said, this is bigger than Nino Brown. Hold up. I ain't going down alone. If I'm going down with a fight. Durk said, it's bigger than Nino Brown. He said, hold up, it ain't just me. OTM Vonnie, OTM Jip, all them niggas. Hold up. Nah, Durk ain't telling, but it's definitely bigger than Nino Brown. Hold the
And
fuck
everything
up.
on Vonnie. They're basically making this whole case. They showed the entire opening statement, right? Bear in mind that the prosecution, they showed various pictures, videos, still images of multiple attempts on Quando's life, the actual murder of Lil Pab, the footage of that, footage from Durk's music videos, footage from apparently still images of them when they tried to kill Quando in Waycross, Georgia. It was a whole presentation. When the defense were up there, they basically showed only a couple pictures, and the one picture they showed the whole time was just a picture of Vonnie with King Von. They said it's all Vonnie. Vonnie was King Von's cousin. They said his nickname was Cuz because he was King Von's cousin. His whole identity was based around the fact that he was King Von's cousin, and he was the only one pushing slide for Von. They're all literally directly pointing the finger at Vonnie, saying Vonnie did it. Vonnie's admitting to the government that he did it. He's turned snitch to try and save himself. Durk had nothing to do with it. They're saying that Vonnie had the most to gain by sliding for Von. They're saying that Vonnie was the guy that was driving the Hellcat away from the scene when King Von got shot. They're saying Vonnie tried to speed King Von to the hospital the day that he died. They down near said Vonnie was holding King Von in his arms, telling him he loved him before he took him to the hospital the last time they ever spoke. They basically said that it was Vonnie that has the motivation to slide. It was all Vonnie's idea. Vonnie was organizing everything. Vonnie got the guns, Vonnie got the cars, Vonnie got the sliders, Vonnie got the killers. He did everything. And Durk did nothing. They're blaming it all on Vonnie. I couldn't believe it. Now look, I'm not sure what people are going to categorize this as. I mean, is it telling if somebody is already cooperating with the state against you?
And look, and here's the thing. Look, Big Uno reverse smirking 7. Yo, Vonnie, if y'all don't know, bro, Vonnie already pled guilty. Vonnie and Jam already pled guilty. Jam already admitted to being a murderer, and Vonnie already pled guilty to his role. So Vonnie's already admitting, yo, I had something to do with all this shit. So Vonnie is in court saying, I did it. All Durk is saying, he the one that said he did it. This ain't telling. Nigga, this not telling. Vonnie already pled guilty and said, look, I did this shit. All Durk in his defense is saying, he the one that said he did it. Why y'all look at him? He said he did it. This is bro cousin. He already said he did it. He did it. Why is y'all even looking at me? Like, I ain't gonna, this not telling, bro. This not telling. I don't need, bro, fuck 6ix9ine, know all that dumb shit he's talking about. This nigga's a hater. This nigga mad because niggas don't accept him. This motherfucker told 10 years ago and mad that we still don't rock with the nigga no more. Bro, we don't give a fuck about nothing you got going on. Durk not telling. Vonnie already said he did it. All Durk saying is the nigga said he did it. Why the fuck y'all looking at me? What you said fuck me for? He the one that just said he did it. Why am I here? I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's not telling, bro. That's not telling, bro. They did that shit. Uno reverse smirking 7. Hold up. Horrific footage of Lil Pab murder shown in court. In front of his family, autopsy photos show he had a bullet in his heart and bicep. Yo, R.I.P. Lil Pab. Horrific footage of Lil Pab murder shown in court in front of his family. Man, R.I.P. Lil Pab. Oh my, yo, this nigga 6ix9ine dick rides so much, bro. This, bro, 6ix9ine, bro, the whole point. Bro, all he do is dick ride, dog. I don't even...
Man, we just saw some really horrific evidence in the Lil Durk murder case. I'm not going to lie to you. What the prosecution just showed sent chills down the spines of the jurors. I'm not going to lie to you. They played the 911 call of a woman that actually witnessed the murder of Lil Pab in Beverly Hills at the Beverly Center. Basically explained that, you know, it was a frantic 911 call. She said, oh my God, I can't believe it. Someone's shooting machine gun. Somebody's been hit. I'm in Beverly Hills. I can't believe this. And then they're saying, where are you? What's going on? What do they look like? She said, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to say anything. I don't want you to have my information. She was scared. These guys, whoever did this, struck fear into the residents and the visitors of Beverly Hills outside the Beverly Center. That was harrowing on its own. They then played unseen video footage of the murder of Lil Pab. Straight up 2 camera angles, one that we've never seen before. One of them was straight up 4K, crystal clear. You could
Look, it's unseen footage of Lil Pab that we never seen. That shit gonna be on Reddit by tomorrow.
damn near see the sweat dripping from their heads to down their eyes in front of the ski masks.
Like I said, they had the 2K sweat graphics on that motherfucker. The Ronnie 2K sweat graphics on the video, bro. That shit was in 4K ultra lens, double zoom. That motherfucker was prestige footage.
It was so clear what was going on. It was over in 2 seconds. Like the doors open, somebody's pumping gas. They basically pop out from the alleyway from the car, all start shooting, shoot off the switches, automatic gunfire. There's no audio, but obviously we know it's automatic gunfire. And then very tragically, everyone just jumps in the car, dips off and slides away. They haven't shown the TMZ clip of Quando screaming no, but they went even further. They showed the body cam footage of the person that pulled Lil Pab's body out of the car. and it was just horrific. He's in the car, you can hear him sort of taking his last dying breaths and moaning. It's really, really tragic. I'm so sad that Pab's family had to see that. They were in the courtroom and they were distraught over seeing this. That was then accompanied, obviously, the body cam footage.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I'm sad his family had to see that too. But y'all remember that King Von autopsy was everywhere on the internet. It was on Instagram. It's crazy. That King Von autopsy where he was cut open and they had stitched him back up and you just see his soul and lifeless body. His family had to see that shit too. They was tagging his sister, all type of shit. That shit was everywhere for a minute. So yeah, this shit don't. Yeah, man. None of this benefits anybody, man. Like this shit.
Footage picked up that moment of Quando screaming no from a different perspective. It was just so much more chilling to see what Pab was going through, what was going on inside that car. We even saw the images of them at the Bathing Ape store before. They actually told us what hotel that they were staying at before it all went down. It was crazy. But even more tragic, then they had the medical examiner up there on the stand basically showing the autopsy. It was just one autopsy photo, but it basically confirmed that Lil Pab was actually found with a bullet in his heart. He had punctured lung, it punctured his heart. He also had a bullet that was lodged in his bicep and another bullet that went through his bicep that came out the other side. It was just really, really horrific stuff. And interestingly, there was no cross-examination from the defense. The 911 call was played and the call operator, no cross-examination from the defense. The only person that brought anything up was Lindsay's lawyer, who basically asked the defense, who asked the detective, like, was there any DNA, was there any evidence that was connected to my client? And that wasn't the case. So it was very, very interesting, just really, really harrowing stuff. And I'm sure the jurors were shocked by what they saw. Everybody in the courtroom was shocked. It was just horrific. Rest in peace to Lil Pab. I'm really being impartial about this situation. I hope that it's a fair trial, and I hope that whoever did this is brought to justice if it can be proven. But it's just so sad to see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil Pat, man. Don't nobody deserve that, and my heart goes out to the family at the end of the day, cause that's who suffers. The family. I don't know if he had kids or nothing like that, but the family suffers, and whoever was there to support him or for whatever the case may be was on his side in the courtroom and had to see that. Like I said, and I did mention that the folks they did have to see Von's family and everybody did have to see the picture of Von's lifeless body, and just today, the videos of Von being rushed, the body cam footage of Von being rushed to the hospital conveniently came out today. How fucking convenient. Man's been going 6 years and the body cam footage for that night is just now coming out. How conveniently it comes out today. So yeah, that it just don't go well for nobody. But Mo Gangat, he was somebody, another lawyer there, a lawyer for workers. Let's see, he got another point of view. Hold on, I'm not sure if he was actually there. Was he there?
Little Durk trial, the opening statements are done. 4 government witnesses have testified. Let's get you caught up on everything you need to know. So, the government went out, they laid out their case, the motive, the beef between Quando and Little Durk's camp, this concept that Durk is the leader, OTF is a gang, they're involved in killings. They laid out the text messages, the music videos, that the cooperator is going to explain exactly what Durk's role in all of this was. I thought the strongest thing the prosecution did is they laid out the timeline that predates this August 19, 2022 shooting at Quando Rondo, and that in fact there were prior shootings, and all of it kind of really lends to itself to building the story that these two camps hated each other and they were going after one another. As I'll discuss in a moment, the defense had a good response to that, which is drawing this division between OTF Vani and Durk Banks and putting all the prior attempts that the prosecution spent a lot of time planning in the jury's head on OTF Vani. I thought that the defense's opening was a lot stronger. They had the great quote, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you're trying to follow the money in this murder for hire trial, you will not be able to, because this is a murder for hire where nobody got paid." Durk Banks' lawyers, and it was Marissa Goldberg, not Drew Finling, who did the opening statement in this case, and I thought that made a lot of sense. Most of the jury is women, a lot of white women.
Whoa. How can this be a murder for hire and no money was involved? So you mean to tell me, like I said, and matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, everything that they're talking about, nobody's mentioning the paper trail. It can't be a murder for hire if nobody got hired. How you hired? What was the incentive? What was the currency? How is it a murder for hire and there was no money involved? And then if there is no money, how can you prove that Durk hired these dudes if there's no paper trail? And then nobody's even talking money. Nobody's talking dollar signs. Nobody's saying that Durk paid 50K to Vonnie and 20K to Jam. It's none of that. So murder for hire, and we're not talking dollars? What's going on?
Marissa Goldberg is a white woman who is cold as ice, stone cold serious. Not the type of showman Drew Findling is. There's a time and a place for the showmanship. But when you open up in a case where the jury's going to see the autopsy videos of a young man with bullet holes riddled all over his body, you need a very, very serious tone. That's the exact tone Dirk Banks' attorney struck. I thought she gave a tremendous opening. I thought most of her opening was built on directly rebutting everything that the prosecution had just showed. So this concept of cooperators, she pointed out, hey, look, these are admitted murderers who are going to get convicted and sent to life, and the only way they can get out is to use Dirk Banks as an insurance policy, somebody to pin the blame on. She talked about the first cooperator, OTF Jam. A lot has been said. She labeled him a quote-unquote massive cooperator who gave over 30 interviews to law enforcement in the very short time. He had spent 12 years in prison. He got out. He's only out for about a year. He's already talked and started trying to give up information 30 different times to police. Some of the times he knew nothing about Durk. Later, when charges and cooperation were on the table, he all of a sudden had all the goods about Durk. There was also a lot of talk about OTF Vonnie. OTF Vonnie, one of the cooperators, Durk's lawyers pinned him as the real ringleader, that Durk's not a ringleader. They said, look, if you look at the evidence, you're going to see Durk tells people to do things. They're not doing what Durk says. They're stealing from Durk. They're talking shit about Durk. Durk is his own little world, doing celebrity entertainment things. He's got a lot of stuff going on. It was OTF Vonnie who not only this murder... Little Durk trial, the opening statements are done.
Hold on, what the fuck? They got a part two?
Things. He's got a lot of stuff going on. It was OTF Vonnie who not only this murder that he orchestrated, not only did he get the rental cars, the guns, the ski masks, arrange everybody to be there, pick them up, take them to the scene. This wasn't the first time he did all that. He has a modus operandi, and he has done this before in an attempt to get at Quando Rondo, including in Georgia, including other occasions. And so the case is really going to boil down.
Ooh, they trying to say that the Georgia shooting was Vonnie too. And like, bro, it was like in like 2021, there was like Quando Rondo, like he was at a gas station. It was like a Circle K or some stupid shit like that, and like he got shot at with like 100 rounds. But everybody got away. Nobody got hurt in that situation. But they trying to say that was Vonnie too.
Down as it always was, the cooperators versus Durk. There's some evidence in there, but a lot of it is explainable. For example, there was that text message. Durk says, hey, don't book no flights under my name. His lawyers pointed out that when you look at the evidence, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that text clearly had nothing to do with this murder, and what Durk was talking about was a completely different event. And oh, by the way, the guy Vonnie did end up booking the flights using a credit card connected to OTF. So to the extent Durk, as the ringleader, is giving instructions to people, they're not following them. Ultimately, where's this case going? This case is wide open. The prosecution presented a narrative. The defense presented a narrative. The narratives do not matter. What matters is the evidence. I don't give a shit what you guys think you heard in music songs. I don't care what you think you saw on the internet. The jury is not going to hear any of that narrative. The jury is going to hear evidence from witnesses on the stand. I will say, I think the biggest problem you're facing if you're Dirk Banks' defense team is trying to present a picture to the jury without them getting thrown off by the co-defendant's defense team, because there's actually 3 defendants in this case, not just one. And the 3 defendants, they tried to sever the charges and have only a single defendant. However, that didn't work out. And so now you have 3 defendants, and their stories kind of complicate things, and they don't make a lot of sense. For example, one of the guys, OTF Didi, he said, and both the co-defendants said, hey, we never agreed to a murder. We didn't even know there was going to be a murder. Okay, well, why are you there? Didi said he's there because he heard the OTF was going to be there, and he's found that it's a good idea to be around. You might be able, he had a music career. He was a budding, aspiring rap artist, and so he likes to be around and try to get some studio time, try to get into a music video. The other guy, his lawyer went up there and said, hey, he also didn't know anything. He didn't agree to anything. Why was he there? The other guy didn't explain why he was there. He just said, oh, well, he was there. He never kind of...
Bro, none of that don't got shit to do with Durk. I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. Like, whatever, that don't got nothing to do with Durk. The thing is, y'all trying to say Durk did a murder for hire, but all the evidence points to Vonnie, and Vonnie even admitted that he did it. Look, they can spin it like this. All the evidence was already pointing to Vonnie and Jam. Like I said, they got him on camera, so all the evidence was already pointing to Vonnie and Jam, right? So Vonnie and Jam be like, I bet we did it, but like Durk told us to do it. So that's the defense Durk team. It look like that's the defense Durk team using. It's looking like, yo, they was already caught hook, line, and sinker. And then, so now they trying to admit to it and be like, yeah, we did it, but like Durk told us to do it. But like, it's not adding up. Because Durk is saying, yo, don't do this, don't do that. And then they doing this and that. So Durk is the boss. But when Durk say some shit, it ain't law. Like, if Durk say jump, y'all supposed to say how high. Durk is telling them not to do some shit. And they like, nigga. And they doing it. Like, when Durk say, like, yo, don't put that on the OTF cards. These niggas put it on OTF cards. Like, fuck what he talking about. Mind you, Vonnie is planning it. So it's looking like Vonnie the man. Look like Vonnie the boss to me. It look like Vonnie the boss.
Explain that. And so it's an interesting case because you have this celebrity superstar powerhouse legal team that's defending the case. And not only do they have to defend the case against the prosecution, but they have to deal with the co-defendants' cases, which all of them kind of are telling slightly different stories while they're all trying to throw a perfect pitch down the middle to proclaim their innocence. This trial will continue. In my next post, I will explain to you some more of the details that came out in the opening, as well as the first 4 government witnesses. Stay tuned. Things he's got a lot of.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They case looking weak. They case look. Hold on, what's going
So
on?
this headline.
Oh shit. Mo Gang is about to respond to TrapLoreRoss. Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie. TrapLoreRoss says, "Oh, they're blaming everything on Vonnie." Here goes 6ix9ine dick riding.
In this tweet from Ross, I got to talk to Ross. This is not a story. Durk did not just blame everything on Vonnie. What the fuck? Vonnie got picked up by cops, admitted to everything, admitted to getting the cars, arranging the flights, admitted to getting the guns, buying the ski masks, admitted to getting Sprinter vans and taking everybody around. And then he said, I did all of it while facing life in prison. I did all of it because Durk Banks paid me to do it. And now Durk Banks is in court saying, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And to put out a headline that says, oh, Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie, what the fuck? No. Putting that out, what the fuck? So this headline
check that nigga. What I told y'all, Durk not doing no telling? Bro, y'all not listening, bro. Y'all look. Y'all not listening, bro. I don't know what's going to click, bro. Mo Gangat just checked him. He like, yo, what are you talking about? I just told y'all that too. Yo, bro already said, bro was already caught hook, line, and sinker. Bro already admitted to doing all that shit. Now he trying to say, well, Durk, I did it because Durk paid me. No, you can't do that. All Durk is saying, when he said he did this shit, he did this shit. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't like, he already said he did it. Yeah, he did it. It don't got nothing to do with me though. Like, yeah, he did that cool. Like, yeah, he was sliding for Von. That's cool, but like that ain't got nothing to do with me. Durk can do that. If a nigga gonna go in court and be like, I was sliding for Von, but Durk paid me to do it. Durk can go to court and be like, man, that nigga was sliding for Von. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I wasn't sliding on shit. But India, the fuck is we talking about? Like, he can do that. That's not telling, bro. That's what the fuck I'm saying, dog. And speaking of telling, yo, this nigga, yo, laughing my ass off. You pissed, you so mad, you can't control the narrative. You want us to go away and it's not his cook. What? Look, 6ix9ine is such a dick rider. Why would Mo Gangat give a fuck if Durk is telling or not? He's not on Durk's case. He's not on Durk's payroll. Durk's lawyers